Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of Bood's Subscriber League in Subtopia. As always, thanks for joining me, it's massively appreciated. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new and hit that bell and you'll never miss anything I do. Like this video, and if you're returning for the second season, thank you very much, especially if you're not a player within it and you're just watching it for the fun of it. Massively appreciated. The FM24 game giveaway, I'm going to do a draw live with a special little helper in episode 3, so you've still got time to enter if you want to enter. But we've got a second season now, big season to get through. We've got tons to get through. We've got European football, we've got the Super Cup as well this year, and it gets a bit interesting. Lots going on, really. I'm loving it. Like I said in the last one, this is not about my channel growing or getting subs or views or anything. I don't care. It's about having fun with you, and I'm having fun doing this. It's brilliant. So let's get into it. So of course it was Euro 24 over the summer and Subtopia qualified. Now, like I said in the last episode, a big group of us decided to be from Malta. We finished third in our qualifying group behind Italy and England. That's why Malta didn't go, but hopefully there's a big bright future for our Maltesers at some point during the series. But Subtopia at the Euros, and they got to the final. Look at that, absolutely flew through it. Won every single game, beat Serbia, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Denmark, Portugal, Italy 3-0 in the semis, and then lost the final 1-0 to Belgium. I was absolutely gutted. Vlad the Hailer, Impaler, got sent off and then they scored, so I'm blaming you for letting 50p feet win it for Belgium. But of course we've got a brand new season ahead of us here in Subtopia, and obviously one managerial change that happened at the end of last season. Erik ten Hag was sacked by the Lions, who were crap last year, and the only team to not be in Europe this year. They now have Zinedine Zidane. Can he help them? Will the Lions have a better season, better fortunes not being in Europe? Will it come to play into their advantage? Maybe. We'll find out. Now, I just want to clear a few things up. I wasn't too specific in the last episode. Someone asked certain questions. When it comes to the awards at the end of the season, it's not just for the league. It's overall. Every award is overall, like overall best player. Also, we have 2 so far that have been mentioned. And I just want to apologise because doing this kind of thing isn't easy. I've spelled 2 people's names wrong slightly. The 2 have just shown you. So lads, I'm sorry, but you know, you write a big list down. I was really poorly, by the way, when I was doing a lot of this, and you got to type it up, and when you're just doing player after player after player after player, it becomes a bit monotonous. Is that the right word? So yeah, it happens. And of course, at the start of the season, we now have the Super Cup, which was the Vikings versus the Cowboys, a replay of the final of last year, and again the Vikings won. Again, Pep won. Is this going to become a Pep Guardiola bore-fest with the Vikings? We're going to find out, but that's 3 trophies for them now. And if you're wondering, this is what happened during the game. Looks like the Vikings pretty much dominated it, to be fair. Don't know where Brian Kane is. Is he on the bench? Wow. And there's the Cowboys team. Where's the man himself? Where's Mr. Peter? He was on the bench. Crazy. But we have a brand new season now. And again, still only one managerial change at this moment. Season's just about to kick off. But some managers have changed captains. Pep Guardiola has switched Vlad and Brian Kane. Mr. Peter is still the captain of the Cowboys. Joe Page has been stripped. Mr. Captain himself, and it's now Chris Price at Dynamo. Andy Barker is still the captain of the Highlanders with Jurgen Klopp. And there, don't forget, if you know who Juan Sanchez Villas Lobos Ramirez is, get entering the competition. You got a chance to win FM24. Greeno is still the captain of the Knights, although personally I'd give it to Jackson. Oh, this is a big one. Limo and Inter last year were shocking, and Limo and the Lions weren't great. Anyway, Zidane's come in and gone, I need to put my own stamp on it, and he's made Mitchell Holtham the new captain of the Lions. Dirk Diggler, everyone's favourite long penis porn star, is still the captain of the Owls. And of course, Golden Boot himself, Golden Balls, Golden Shoes, Golden Grahamo, he's still the captain of the Mighty Pirates. Let's jump now to the 1st of Jan, roughly the halfway point. During a lovely winter break, everyone gets to spend time with the families. over Christmas like you should. The Pirates, my team, mid-table again, but look at the Lions. No European football. It has helped. Is it that, coupled with a bit of Zidane magic? But they're third. Maybe it's they've got a new captain. I don't know, but bloody Pep Guardiola is top with Jurgen Klopp and the Highlanders in second. Let's jump forward now another month because the European groups are all finished. This is the Europa Conference League, and we had Dynamo in this one. They only play 6 games, don't they? I always forget that. The Europa League and the Champions League play 8. They only play 6, but Dynamo won all 6. On to the Europa League, where the Pirates and the Knights are in it. And the Mighty Pirates finished second, drawing 1 against Dynamo. Winning 7, check that out. The Knights, they drew 1. Antwerp, and won 7 as well. So everyone's through so far, but this is the Champions League. A lot of teams in the Champions League. And all 4 of them got in the top 8 and bypass around. The Highlanders, the mighty Highlanders, top the group. Look at that, beating United, wow. And Liverpool, check them out. And then we've got the Owls there. They lost 1 game against the Vikings and won 7. The Cowboys lost 1 against City. Boo. And there's their 7 victories. And the Vikings finished the lowest out of them all, losing 2, only winning 6. But they're all through. Now it's the 2nd of March and the regular season is over, and Christ. Oh, to be a pirate this year. I mean, you've got to be proud to be a pirate. I'm proud. I'll always be proud to be affiliated with this club, be the club's captain. But I think we might need a new manager, because we finished the regular season joint bottom with the Owls. I mean, I'm top of the goal scoring charts, which is great, and we've got the Truth Magnum top of the assist charts. Where's it all going wrong? I blame the manager. Anyway, the Vikings topped the regular season table, but as we know, that don't matter. Got to go into the playoffs. Highlanders 2nd, Cowboys 3rd, and the Lions. What a comeback for the Lions. Mitchell Holtum's Lions. But as that regular season has ended, was there any managerial changes throughout the season? Well, Pep, of course, is still there. The Cowboys still have Jose. Dynamo, though, sacked Sarri, and have got Cannavaro now as their manager. The Highlanders still have Klopp. The Knights have got rid of Arteta and brought Julio in. The Lions, of course, have got Zidane. The Owls have still got Ernesto. And the Pirates, even though we finished bottom, still have Antonio Conte. So the playoffs for the league will be the Lions versus the Vikings, tough one, and the Cowboys versus the Highlanders. But we have a change of the guard. I was buzzing when I saw this. What a final, a 2-legged final that must have been. 4-4 in aggregate, and the Highlanders won it on penalties. This was the first leg. Look at that, the Highlanders were on fire, but Bjornsson pulled it back for the Vikings. I mean, check that out. And then again, I'd say the Highlanders were on top again, really. I mean, they were lucky, or Brinio with both goals, getting them that goal in the 109th minute. That's absolutely mental, really, isn't it? Wow. So yeah, changing of the guard. The Highlanders are now the champions of Subtopia. And just in case you're wondering, that is the semi-final results. So yeah, the Vikings absolutely dominated the Lions, and the Highlanders did a good job against the Cowboys. Now jump forward a little bit more, and the quarterfinals of the Booed Subscriber Cup have been played. Dynamo beat the Owls, Vikings beat the Cowboys, and Knights knocked the Pirates out. Great. And the Highlanders beat the Lions. And this is where we're at now in the semis. The Knights versus the Vikings, and Dynamo versus the Highlanders. So Vikings are still in it to win it. Can they get a trophy again this season, or will someone else win it? Hopefully someone else wins it. We've now jumped forward. The final has been played, but a manager was sacked recently. Ernesto Valverde has gone, and whoever he is has taken his job. But yes, when it comes to the Booed Subscriber Cup, we do have a new winner, and we have a new dominant force in Subtopia. It's Jurgen Klopp. So last year the Vikings did a domestic double. This year it's the Highlanders. They've won the league and they've won the cup. Mixing it up, I like that a lot. The Vikings, man, I mean, they've been good. They were the worst team in the Champions League out of all the Subtopian teams, But, you know, in these little head-to-heads, they've been on the back foot, haven't they? Yeah, Highlanders, check you boys out. So if you're a Highlander, well done this season. So let's start with the conference, and we're going to jump in at the quarter-final stage where Dynamo knocked out Rosenborg. They then beat FSSB. We all know who they are. In the semis, pretty easy, but they've got Milan in the final. Now, I'm pretty sure, my memory's not the best, but I'm sure Dynamo were the first team to win a European trophy last year on FM23. I think they won the Champions League, but this is still cool. They've got an opportunity to win a European trophy. Dynamo versus Milan. But let's now move up a level to the Europa League. Now, the Pirates may have been absolutely dog shit at home, but in Europe they've been pretty good, and they knocked out Napoli in the quarterfinals. The Knights beat Fiorentina. They then missed each other in the semi, keying up an epic final. The Knights beat Rennes, and the Pirates had a toughie, man. Juve just about did it, 3-2 on aggregate. So, of course, we have a final in the Europa League, all Subtopian, the Pirates versus the Knights. But let's now jump into the Champions League, again at the quarterfinal stage. And Subtopian teams have done okay and not okay. So the Highlanders beat Arsenal, the Vikings were knocked out by City, Pep getting beat by his old team, the Cowboys knocked the Owls out. Fun this, it's interesting. Moving on to the semi, with two Subtopian teams who have gone through. So Klopp and the Highlanders beat Man City, and Jose Mourinho and the Cowboys beat PSG, meaning we've got a Highlanders versus Cowboys Champions League final. But if that was it, that'd be the live com. It would. But we've already seen the Cowboys in a live com. We want to try and show you as many teams as possible over the course of this series. Plus, I'm a little bit biased, and my team was really, really bad and is currently the only team to not be in European football next season, which might be good. And this is that double-edged sword, right? Because we've still got Antonio Conte. Now, I'm obviously a manager in this, an unemployed manager, so I can simulate and look. So I get news items all the time telling me whose job's up for grabs. And Conte's job at the Pirates has been teetering on the edge for months, right? The only reason I think he's still there is because he's had a good European run and he's got to a European final. But it's that double-edged sword, right? If the Pirates lose this final, I reckon he's gone. He's sacked. Might get a new manager in, change it up, sort us out, push the Pirates up the league. Plus, we wouldn't be in Europe, I don't think. I don't think we would. We might be. Playing the Knights. The Knights would get a champion. I don't know how it works sometimes. I'd have to see. But if they weren't in Europe, they might do a Lions next season. Or they win. They get a European spot, which would be the Champions League, I'm pretty sure. Which would be awesome, right? But they'd probably keep Conte. I don't know what I want. But let's get looking at the awards while we're here. And this is the team of the year. Caney at the top, Khan, Peter and Barker up at the front three. Simpson and Gormley in the middle, with Father, Back, Staker, Austin and Greeno. And then all the subs. Golden Glove was won by Greeno again. Calbert second, Darren Mushillon in third. Defender of the year was Robin Father. You might notice he hasn't even got a dark face. Now, you might have noticed in the live com he had a face. Some random face in my kit pack attached itself to him. I don't know why. Like a Chinese fella. So I've removed it and now he's got nothing, but that's why. Midfield of the year this year was Ruki Khan from Iceland, with Johnny Ballbags in second and Crabtree in third. The Golden Boot this year was won by Kane. I came second by goal overall, apparently, with Dirk Diggler in third. Man of Steel is set to man of the matches, even though it says player of the match nothing. It is set to that. I've double checked in the editor and I'm going with that. It's Christian Peter again. He's a beast. Most valuable player is Khan with Ballbags and Crabtree. So then, before we get to the mighty Europa League final with the Pirates, of course, why not? I thought we'd run through the squads quickly. Again, feel free to pause it so you can look at it in more detail. I'll try to add a few more things like your nationality and a few stats. If there's anything else you want me to add for next time, let me know and I'll do that. So yeah, these are the Vikings, who are no longer kings of Subtopia. On to the Cowboys. Now also, I don't know if it is with the Cowboys, you'll see it on a few other teams. Oh, one player down there. A few youth players, obviously, each year. They can't sign anyone, but they have youth intakes and players are starting to come through, and a few teams, especially one in particular, have started to put a lot of youth players in the first team. On to Dynamo, who are also in the European final. Good luck to you boys if you are a Dynamo player. But there's your squad arranged by average rating. The new kings of Subtopia, Jurgen Klopp's Highlanders. Check you boys out. Andy Barker and the boys doing the business this season. Next we have the Knights, who I think we're facing in the Europa League final. Very excited for this, to be fair. I think the Knights knocked us out of the cup, but it's been quite interesting in the league. Might have a look in a sec. The Lions, Zidane. Oh, look at this. Right, so there's your squad, arranged by average rating. Had a great season domestically. Top 4 finish. Going to be in the Champions League next year, which is exciting for you lot. Look at that. How many youth players has he brought up? Up next, it's the Owls. Not a lot of massive performers this year. I mean, Greeny, Elroy, Hinglet and Diggler have done their part, but a few more you boys need to play a bit better next season. The Pirates finish rock bottom in the league, but find ourselves in the Europa League final, which is pretty cool. Luke Barnsley at the top with his 1 appearance. Truth Magnum looks like he's been our best player. Daddy Funk, Daz, Doherty, Farrell. Where am I? I'm below my best friend Eddie Oliveira. But I stick the ball in the net now, don't I? Eh? We got any youth players? 1. So here we are. It's the Europa League final. The Pirates versus the Knights. Are we playing in pink? Gotta love a pink kit. Here we go. I'm up top. Magnum, Doherty. Some good names on that pitch. Was he playing a 3-4? Oh, God. Honestly, Antonio Conte, you need to bugger off. And here we are with the Knights. Sims leading the line. Got my son in that team as well, and Greeno in goal. Can I stick one past Greeno? Goalkeeper of the year twice. It's a European final. Let's watch a little bit of this graphic. There's me leading the line at the front with Greeno on the other side. I'm excited. I mean, like I said, it's a double-edged sword for me as a Pirate. Because it's like, what do I want, really? I'm guessing we are going to find out in today's game. But as always, honestly, thanks for coming back. Like I said, even if you're not part of it and you watch it just for the fun of it, I do appreciate it. It is fun. In episode 3, like I said, we'll do the draw for the FM24 giveaway. So if you haven't entered that, make sure you get involved. And this game is not very exciting, and the Pirates are pretty poo. Ooh, half an hour in, and we've got a highlight. Finally. And it's us in pink. Come on, lads. Oh, no, not you. Not my son. Don't let my son do it against me. Please. No. Good save, Bert. Right. So, yeah, it's been fun. Lots of comments. Like I said, I need to catch up on them. I really, really do. I've got loads to catch up on. I normally keep on top of it, but with being poorly, just... Yeah, I will do at some point. I'm hoping on Sunday I can get more involved answering my comments. I've always prided myself on it, and I've got a backlog and a half going right into uni and SG, which... If you've still liked that series, you need to watch the next one, because it's going to be the last one, and what an insane season. It's absolutely off. It's so weird, that season. I don't know if it's because of poorly when I've been playing a lot of the start of it and I maybe went on the ball, but it's just been crazy, to be fair. Oh, here we go. Come on. Doherty on the right hand side, lofts it across to Graham. Oh, come on. Truth Magnum's picked that back up. We're playing the pressure. Here's Eddie. Oh, go on, Eddie, lad. I mean, it's a bit kit clashy, that, isn't it? Like a dark purple versus the pink, but I like it. I like them colours. That's a bit rubbish. Right, come on. Here's Doherty. What can he do? What can he do? Nothing. He's going to get the ball back, though. Come on, kid. Come on. Make the right choice. Here's Dalton. Absolute legend is Dalton. Well, you can see probably why the Pirates finished bottom of the league. When they come up against another Subtopian team, they struggle. Although, to be fair, they had I'd say the one up against the Knights. There's 4 games in the league. I think the Pirates lost one was a draw, and the Pirates beat the Knights twice in the league. But right now, they're struggling. But maybe this is what we need to get rid of Conte and freshen his club up. Here we go. So the Knights have made a change. Carter and Sims have swapped. Here's Doherty. Come on, lad. Braun on the right hand side. What's he going to do? He's trying to take everyone on, but he can't. He can't. You can't do it. Higginbottom now on the left hand side, bombing it down, and we're going to stop him. What a cross. We've dealt with it though. But yeah, I said I might do 3 of these, but I quite like it. I think we've got to do at least 4. They're dead easy to make. Can simulate a season in like 5 minutes. It generally, I've never seen anything so quick. It's just like through the days. It's mental. So I'll sim it. I might try and film the next one on Saturday night, and then because I want Fletcher to do the draw for the competition live, we're going to put all the names, show them you, stick them in a hat. Fletcher's going to pick one out. And then I fancy doing another one, because I like it once you get into Europe. I want to at least get to the World Cup and see how some of our countries do in World Cups and so on. That'd be good at the end, wouldn't it, to have a look? If any of you won anything big, like a Copa America or anything. I'm going to be honest, Knights dominating this game. I mean, 14 shots. What's going on? What's going on here? My boy's hurt. I I know he's on the opposition, but, you know, it's still my son. I forget which one it is, though. They're both in it, Fletcher and Jackson. I think is it Jackson? I can't. Right, they're currently down to 10 men. Oh my God, it's Jackson, my little one, who was in a nativity this morning at nursery. He was a sheep, and he was absolutely fantastic. I mean, he portrayed that sheep perfectly. The Knights playing out from the back, 5 minutes to go. Are they going to nick it at the death? I mean, I don't know how this works, because the Knights are in a Europa League spot. So if they win this, they'll go to the Champions League. Does that mean the spot will go down, or just nothing? I don't know. So the Pirates might somehow scrape themselves into Europe, but I think if you're on that board, that Pirates board, really, I mean, it's like someone's attacked us with an axe and all my guts and everything are hanging out, and they just stuck a little plaster on it. Rip that plaster off. Sack Conte. Let's get someone else in. New tactic, new ideas, new mentality. Because got the players, but at least this shows you as well, they haven't given the Pirates any kind of advantage. So it's extra time. Brilliant. What is brilliant though about this is I'm doing a live com, get to chat like I normally do. But a lot of the time when I do my live comms, I chat that much. I have to remember that I'm actually the manager and I have to make decisions. I don't make anything here, I just get to sit back and watch, and we get to see what happens. We'll find out what happens. I'm going to watch the other finals and we'll jump in at the end of them and see, you know, if Dynamo come in the conference there against Milan, and then obviously a Subtopian team will be a Champions League winner guaranteed, which is pretty cool. Who's it going to be? We will see. But yeah, the Knights, man, definitely the better team here today. Dominated the game, but they can't score yet. This might be that moment though. This might be that moment. Lefebvre injured, but they're dominating. Oh my God. But yeah, I know a few people wanted to be certain positions as well, but like I said, it's all random. Obviously I created it, and last year I thought I'll just make myself a defender, but it can be, you know, I wanted to do something different this year, so I'm a striker. If I do it again next year, I might even do it again at the back end of FM24, because the database will all be in place, so all you guys that have entered can stay in it, and if anyone new wants to enter, I've got teams, that I can add. I might do that. Do it again at the end of FM24, maybe next summer. But I think if I did it next year on FM25, I might be a winger, I might be a goalkeeper. I was a defender as a kid and a goalkeeper, so I might try goalkeeper next time. Dude, it's penalties. I'm nervous, even though it's nothing really to do with me. I'm nervous. I mean, it makes it exciting. Here he is, Truth Magnum, aka Lee Masters. Slots it, Lee Carter. Now for the Knights, what can he do? He misses! Now I'm feeling the pressure. My imaginary character. World-class striker. Oh, go on, Grahamo. I butcher your name, Lefebvre, but you've scored. Now I've just been bigging you up, Aaron. This is your moment, mate. All the way from New Zealand. Mr. Parker scores. Higginbottom. What can he do? He's going to feel the pressure. He don't look nervous. He looks calm and collected. Left foot scores. Come on, Jerry D. He's actually from Malta. What a legend. Come on. Come on. White. Oh, he scores. Oh, we've got to do score. Who is it? Who is it? It's Greeno versus my mate, Irish Dave, who decided to be Japanese and have a massive name I can't pronounce, so I'm calling him Irish Dave. Don't let me down, Dave. Oh! That was lucky. That was lucky. We don't really deserve it, but the Pirates have got a trophy. Might have finished bottom of the league, but that's us in the Champions League, isn't it? Here we am with the trophy. I like this. It's so weird being a player, but it is what it is. Go on, lads. Well done. Although, does that mean we're keeping Conte now? Brilliant. Next up, it's the Conference League final. Dynamo versus Milan. I'm going to watch it. We'll jump in at the end and see if they can lift the trophy too. Well, it's heartbreak for the Dynamo. To be fair, the first half they were brilliant. Chris Price, the new captain, scored the goal, 24th minute, and then Bindu missed the penalty, which was massive because from the second half onwards, Milan were mint. They just run riot. They scored a couple. I think they missed a penalty towards the end. It could have been 3-1. That penalty miss from Bindu was huge. I mean, it wasn't the most exciting game, to be honest, but unlucky Dynamo. A quick look at the stats for you if you're interested. So yeah, first half I thought Dynamo were going to run riot. I really did. And then from the second half, they just kept on them. Milan. Scored that goal in the 88th. And then it all fell apart for the Dynamo, unfortunately. But now it's the big one. The Champions League. We're going to have a Subtopian champion of Europe who just realised will face the Pirates in the European Super Cup, won't they? That's pretty cool. Anyway, it's the Highlanders versus the Cowboys. Well, there can be only one. The Highlanders are definitely the team to beat now because they've done a proper treble. League, Cup and Champions League. Jurgen Klopp, fair play, captained by the legend that is Andy Bark. Unfortunately, Cowboys, it was a weird game, to be fair. Up until the last 2 minutes, the Cowboys hadn't got a shot on target. They had 8, none on target. They got a couple off towards the end, and the Highlanders had 2 on target and scored them both. Flush early doors, and then Brandon Dino, that was a penalty, pretty sure it was, and his first ever goal for the club. Right, well, the Knights manager was an interim manager. Hadn't really noticed that. I should have maybe noticed that. Now after the final, he stepped back and they've brought in Luis Enrique. And again with the Dynamo, both these guys were the under-19s manager. I hadn't noticed, lot to look at. He was only the interim manager. At the Dynamo, they finally brought a manager in. They've got Thomas Tuchel. And we're still stuck with Antonio Conte. Oh, and look at that. The Owls got themselves a new manager as well. So yeah, I need to pay more attention to this interim manager thing. But yeah, end of season. It's been good for if you're a Highlander, winning a treble. Unlucky for the Dynamo and the Cowboys, but the Pirates, check us out. Now, one thing we need to check, because I'm looking at it right now, is European spots. And if we look at it on this bit, it shows you everybody is in Europe. The Pirates somehow finished bottom of the league, but we're in the Champions League. How good is that? So everyone's going to be playing some football in Europe next year. It's going to make it well interesting. Can't wait for next season. So there we go. That is the end of season 2. Hopefully your team did well. If not, we'll find out in season 3. Anything can happen in Subtopia. But as always, thanks for the support. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. So don't go missing for season 3, because it could be really interesting. We're all in Europe. How cool is that? Again, if you want to see anything else, let me know. But I just appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to sit here and watch me. It's massively appreciated. Hopefully I can get episode 3 season 3 out to you pretty soon, and I will be drawing the winner for the competition. So you've still got time. You've got a day or so. If you want to enter the competition, get involved. You could win a copy of FM24. So anyway, you stay happy, you stay safe. I love you long time. I'm Bood. Bye bye.